Okay, have you heard of the Titanic? If you haven't, this video is going to tell you about the Titanic, Olympic and the Britannic. Those three ships. So, I don't think you have heard about the Britannic and the Olympic. You might have heard about the Titanic. It's the famous ship. And if you don't know how it sank from an iceberg, a collision, and they should have said, why do they not have binoculars? Because the captain who was on board got the second captain who had the key to the binoculars room So the captain with the key to the binoculars room had to leave the ship because they wanted something like someone who worked on more ships. And then he said, I don't know what happened to him. Either he had to go on a lifeboat or exit the ship, but he forgot to give the key to the captain, so they didn't get to go to the binoculars room. But the crew thought that they have big log eyesight and they don't need binoculars, so they did not worry. They did not stop the ship, which they should have. And yeah, the iceberg sank less than, it was like 2 hours. Okay, so that's how the Titanic sank. If you want to know more, I've got a little playlist about ships by all other YouTubers. You can watch about the Titanic. Most of it's from the bright side. If you don't know the bright side, teaches you life things like, for example, what shall you do? Someone's following you. And yeah, something like that. Tells you riddles you can do. You've got like you can learn about stuff. Yes, that's on the bright side. Okay, now we're moving on to the oldest. No, she's not the oldest. She's actually the youngest. We started on the middle. So the Titanic is the middle child. And yeah. And the first one is the Olympic. Okay, so let's do the Britannic. So the Britannic was only available for 8 years. It was only available for 11 months. Right, just like that. 11 months. And it took, guess guys, I'm holding up. Yeah, that long. And it only survived 11 months. So it started its voyage in 1916, 2 years after the collision of the Titanic. So it was being built when the Titanic sank. Yeah, and this is this is what it's so cool. Well, it's a bit sad because people died. So when the crew were lowering their lifeboats, the captain had the propellers on because he wanted to get to land because they were in the Indian Ocean, or it's Indonesian, I think it's Indian Ocean. So they're warm waters, not like the Titanic. So they survived. Only 30 people died, either from drowning or from that mistake they did. So they basically lowered the lifeboat, and while the captain still had it propellers on, and they didn't get the orders to lower it, so they lowered it, and then the people got chopped off because of the suction pushing them in to the propellers. And also, if people even jumped out of that lifeboat, what I thought they could have, they'll still die because of the suction of the propellers will move them in to the propellers, and then they'll die. And and plus there was mostly grown ups. So, and yeah, it was 269 If it's not, I'm sorry. I'm not sure. 269 meters. Jeez. And the Titanic was 3 football pitches long. I don't know how long it is. Well, it's almost. But yeah, that's the Britannic story. And it sank. Like this is how the Titanic sank. Boom. And then snapped in half in the middle because of the weight. And this is how the Britannic sank. Yeah, it sank on its side because I think it's an underwater mine. But it was in the World War One. So it could have been a submarine. Okay, it's one if it's hit the mine or it's been torpedoed. I think it's the mine. But why would they be? But in the World War One, they weren't attacking India. Well, I don't know. Okay, guys, I'm sorry. If I don't know, I'm saying I don't think these are all true, so they could be fake. Could be true, but most of it is true because loads of people suggest it. Okay, so that's the Britannic, and moving on to the oldest ship. So first we did the middle, then we did the youngest, then we did the Olympic. Now we're doing the oldest. And you know, guys, the Britannic was a hospital ship, if you didn't know. And they acted very quickly. They had a lot of lifeboats because they learned their mistake from the Titanic. And yeah, the Olympic was already done when the Titanic was being built. So the Olympic was already built when the Titanic was building. And yeah, basically it did not sink. Yeah, I thought it sank, guys. Until I figured out. Well, I didn't figure out. I didn't figure out. I'm just making this into a big document. So basically, it didn't sink. It was on an ocean. I don't know what the ocean is, but no, it didn't sink. So basically, the Olympic saw the RMS Hawk, which was an army ship if you didn't know, and it had points to sink other ships. So the Olympic sailed past, and the RMS Hawk got sucked in by the Olympic's pressure of the propellers spinning round and round. And then, since it had points for wrecking ships, I made a hole in the ships. But luckily, everyone thought it would sink, but it did not sink because of the pumps. If you don't know, pumps only last a little bit to stop the water from coming in. And when they got to the dock, they asked how much the repair is. Too expensive. They could not repair it. So, guys, that is how all the tragedies happened with the X family, because they all have X at the end. Titanic, Britannic, and Olympic. I call it the X family. And yeah, that's how it sank. That's how they all got destroyed. And the Britannic was built in Belfast. Okay, so I hope you have a good day. I know I haven't said mostly all the information, and then there's more, but I'm not sure if they're real or fake. So I'll see you in the next video. Oh guys, no, it's not the end of the video. I've got one thing. This guy in Australia built the Titanic 2 in 2013. But if you didn't go on it, I haven't been on it because I was born, guys. I'm not saying my information. Okay, it's not the end of the video. Okay, yeah, I was only like 2 or 3. No, 1. I was 1. 1, and I don't know how old 1 anymore. Okay, so that's when the cost of the project was not enough money, so they had to cancel the project and turn it into scrap. And also, China is currently making one, the Titanic. I don't know any more information about that. So that's this video. I hope you enjoy this video. Make sure to like and subscribe. Hope you have a good day. Make sure to check out Brightside because they have good information about human life. Okay, see you in the next video. Bye. Oh, what's my hair doing?